Skin is being torn off me like a wrapper to candy. The peach-colored flesh peeled back and discarded with such disrespect. The pulsing muscle raging in an agony that matches the burning of the crimson color displayed. Slender fingers, serrated like knives, still picked at the fibers. My bones were fresh and throbbing with the splattered color from the liquid that once gave me life. My lips were not only sewn, but scraped off of my face. Eyes gouged with instruments and hair scalped. The way the fingers watched as the silky threads flowed between stained metal gave a morbid sense of serenity to the being. My brain, grabbed from its rightful place in my skull, was tossed into a machine where needles injected a green fluid into each fold. The casing that once held my carcass was fondled and then dunked into a vat of acid that scorched. The mixture bubbled and brought forth a black froth to the surface. This took my color and made me white, cleansed me of my sins, and made me a holy being. My naturally clouded gray eyes were replaced with those of ocean blue, deep, alluring, beautiful. My bones, once aching with the weight of my burdens, were adjusted and polished to perfection. The memories were whipped from my skull like you were trying to train a disobedient dog. The hair I once possessed was damaged from the copious amounts of colors that were used to dye it. Now, red stitching sewed on golden locks that gleamed in any light. My muscles were reattached to my bones with the removal of any unwanted fat. My skin that was treated draped over me nicely. My smile was painted on. I looked like porcelain. Everything about me was bewitching, fulfilled, perfection. Small nose, celebrated curves, the corners of my lips permanently upturned. Even my blood was a refined shade of rouge that was absolutely to die for. And die I shall, for that was my destined fate. Hours upon hours were poured into making the flawless human being. I was the clay they used to mold their sickening ideal. Grabbed, torn apart, ripped and glued back together to be told I'm pretty now. But this isn't how I wanted to look. As imperfect as I was, I saw my worth. This fucking body was not mine, and I would not pretend to enjoy the skin that was stolen from a hellish paradise. The scalpel sat on the silver tray, taunting me to take it. Then I drove it straight into my hand. The blood that seemed to scream as it poured out was unrelenting. I was not through. Oh no, I will destroy the creation I was not meant to be. My suffering was my power, my way to contort the beauty they sought to become. The hacksaw that grinded against my bones to modify them now aided me in clawing my way through my stomach. Organs seized from their position by my own hand. Intestines were abused by my fists, squashing them by my strength and launched across every surface I could spatter them. Finally, my heart, the most synthetic part of me. The only thing it could complete is a rhythmic beat. No feeling, no emotion. It was a void, barren of any ability to experience. Still palpitating, I managed to inflict slits upon it with scissors. I was a monster. I could not die. Not until the brain that they gave me was asphyxiated. I took a hammer to my skull to smash the remnants of this cage that bound my weeping soul. Thin strips of gauze swaddled the center, and I pulled the cloth tight. A flare of misery flashed before the orbs in their sockets, so I picked at the eyes to release them. I needed to complete this task blind. But I had no issue. These hands that I used to defile this cadaver pursued by pummeling the one organ that held me hostage. The gray matter made a mess of sludge that oozed from each finger. Nothing was left of me now. Nothing that could be reassembled anyway. However, my efforts were in vain, forever labeled unclean. I would like to say that hell was what awaited me beyond the atrocity that I called my body. However, hell was too kind of a word to describe my destination. Hey extras, I hope you enjoyed the story. I know this is very different from my other texting videos, seeing as it is just a story. And there is no interaction, there is no script. But I wanted to show you something truly horrifying. This is the type of thing that goes in and out of my mind, flows through me like water. So I wanted to bring this to you and see what you thought. Let me know if you want more stories like this. I might have to find a better format for it, but I think this does do justice to my storytelling. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope you have a great day.